Hopefully, things are going really well for you on this Tuesday after Labor Day. And I wanted to talk to you today about the three most important things about running your business and the three things that you have to be aware of while you are running your business. So, what are they? Um, Number one is change. Number two are haters. Because we always have them. And number three is strength and understanding where that can come from. So let's talk about change. So this weekend, the Labor Day weekend, I went up to Duck Creek, Utah. And I went with some friends to their cabin to hang out in the cabin. There was no internet, it was sketchy phone service. So I had nothing to do but just work on my business and really focus on the things that needed to happen during the weekend. But part of it, and this is what kind of shocked me, is that within 2.5 hours, the temperature dropped from Las Vegas, 102, all the way down to 42 degrees. And at 42 and at that 9,000 foot elevation, all of a sudden, if you weren't trained to be at that 9,000 foot elevation, your breathing became labored. So I could see some of the other folks that were there. This is their first time out, and when we went hiking, it was kind of tough for them. Their breathing became labored. And so, what does that mean? Well, what it meant to me was that I noticed that several weren't ready for the change in their business. They weren't ready for the change in the elevation, which means that you're not ready for the change in your business. So, why did I bring up that point? Is that oftentimes when I'm working with entrepreneurs, I can tell that they're not ready for this change. And the change is such a rapid shift, just like it was in the 2 hours of the drive up the hill to the mountain so that we can hang out in the cabin. Is that shift happened very quickly. And all of a sudden you could feel the shortness of breath. And that's exactly what happens in your business when you actually get it right and the shift moves very quickly, is that you're not prepared for the change and you're not prepared for how quickly the business requires other things from you that it didn't when you were at the lower level. And so during this change, I'm always kind of overwhelmed as to what people do, because a lot of them just fight back and they run away instead of sitting in there and fighting it out during this change and getting so that you can now breathe easily. Right? Because after the second day, everybody felt great. Everybody felt great being at the 9,000 elevation. There was no shortness of breath. There wasn't anything. And that's exactly how it happens in your business. That once, things kind of settle down, that you get used to it over and over. But so many times, the reason why your business isn't growing and growing at the rate that you want it to grow is because you're not good with change. And anytime there is some small little change, you're not prepared and you're not ready for it. Here's the other thing that shocked me too about going up the mountain. My car used almost 3/4 of a tank of gas. Coming back home down the mountain, my car used less than a half a tank of gas. Well, why is that? Right? Same type of idea of you in your business. When you're struggling to get there, when you're trying to build your $1 million business, when you're pushing to get to that next level, it's going to take more energy than it does to come back down. So, people ask me all the time, well, how did it feel to lose $100 million business, right? Well, damn, it was tough, but it happened so quickly because it doesn't take that same energy. It was faster than I thought. It happened in 90 days, and it was the most overwhelming thing that I had ever been through in my life. But now I could have sat there and said, you know, I had every right to be frustrated. I had every right to be overwhelmed. I have every right. People around me were like, yeah, you don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about it. Something else will happen. But instead of that, I got back up because I knew how to build it the first time, and I built it again. Right. And part of you building your own $1 million business is going to require you to get that toughness back, put that energy back, and build it just like it was driving to the mountains. Uh, Second thing I wanted to talk to you about is haters. Oh my gosh. So if you are not prepared to have people talk crazy to you or talk crazy about you, then building a really big successful business is not going to happen. People are not going to like you. As a matter of fact, here's the reason why is because they want to be you. They're frustrated that they quit a long time ago. And so they have no other reason than to sit and talk crazy to you and about you. So part of this weekend is we were talking about our kids playing volleyball and how we felt about a couple of the coaches and are they the right coaches and should they be the ones teaching our kids, right? And look, there's always going to be the peanut gallery on the outside criticizing what people who are in the game doing. And so 2 years ago, I was tired of people criticizing, so I jumped in the game and became the coach of my kid. So you never want to take criticism from anybody who is just sitting on the outsides and is not in the middle of it. You never want to take criticism from people who haven't been where you want to go. Okay? And then my third thing that I never take criticism for folks who don't pay me. If you're not paying me, then you don't get a vote. You don't get a vote in any of this because why does that matter? If you've never put anything on the line, if you've never put your money on the line, then why would I don't care about what anything that you have to say. So I have a wonderful little hater that comes to my page and posts lots of things, and I don't delete it. I don't get rid of it. I don't even comment. I actually read it and kind of giggle because I'm like, her last comment was that it takes me too long to get to the point. So when is it, just so I'm clear, that am I forcing you to watch me? No. So then don't watch. If it takes me too long, then bye, Felicia. What the hell? What the hell? But you couldn't wait to tell everybody that. So I'm laughing. I'm like, look, I don't deal with fame chasers. If you want to be famous posting on my page, God bless you. Right? If that's what makes you tick, good for you. But I don't take any advice. Allow it to stop me and allow it to get me off of focus. So that's the third thing is that strength of sticking to it. So many times people quit. They quit because people were mean to them. They quit because somebody else had an opinion as to how they should do it who don't have any money and nothing at risk in the game. People quit because they're used to quitting, and I want you to get rid of that and get strong and be strong and committed to your focus on getting things done because that's how it happens, right? That's exactly how you get to the end because so many people decide to quit. Okay. I also just want to remind you too that Thursday, right? Thursday, I'm going to do a whole hour on getting things together on what 7 things you need to be doing in your business right now to make sure that you are growing the way that you want to grow, as quickly as you want to grow, and be ready for the change so that you know what's going to happen, because what you did to get you to this point is not what you need to do to get you to this point here, right? And if you've never done it before, you don't know. And it's okay because you're in the right place. So Thursday, if you haven't signed up for the free web class, you need to do that. It's at mdeworkshop.com/go. I'll put it here in the www.mdeworkshop.com/go, and then you can come and join me. I'm going to be there live. It's not a pre-recorded. It's not, no, it's me there live. If you have any questions, I'll be able to answer them there. But if you don't understand these 3 things, yeah, that change is going to happen and you got to be okay with change. That haters, if you don't have that thick skin, if you're not ready for people to to hate on you, then you're not ready to build a really big, successful business. And 3 is that you have to make sure that your focus is strong. Your focus is there with you and ready for you to grow and be exactly where you want to be. All right. So Thursday, I'll see you there live, right? And we'll have a good time building it in my 7 things that I think that you should be doing right now to build your own $1 million business. Okay, if you need anything, of course, you can leave it in the comments there. Comment that's great, you can leave it there. And if you know, have another comment that ain't great, you can leave it there too, because I'm always ready for those. Other than that, crush September. Go make it the best month that you've ever had in your life. It's time to make the change for you. All right. Have a good one. I will see y'all soon. Mwah! Love you for free.